Hey guys, it's Tessa. So today I am making a video that I've seen several other creators make, or variations of this type of video, specifically Passionate Kelsey. She's made several of these videos with various things she makes, so I thought I would join the bandwagon. In today's video, we are seeing how many ear warmers I can make in 24 hours. This is including sleeping time, so realistically it's more like how many ear warmers can I make in 16 hours? But basically, it's 3 o'clock now, so 3 o'clock tomorrow is my deadline essentially. But I have been obsessively making these ear warmers all week long. I think I have 10 or 12 of them currently. Pretty simple. I'm working on a pattern for them as well. It's also a fairly simple pattern. It's just repeating 2 stitches. One row is 1 stitch, the second row is the other stitch, and then you just seam the 2 sides together in the end, which is really nice and simple. Anywho, like I said, I've made a ton of these already. I think it totals out to 12 if I remember correctly, and these also all should be available on my shop once this video goes out, and probably sooner than that. Yeah, we're still not done. Still not done. I'm running out of the ability to hold these. But yeah, so I have been making these practically non-stop over the last week or so. So my goal is 9 for the 24-hour period. Let me know what you think, how many you think I'm gonna make in this time frame. I don't know, maybe 9's too ambitious. But last week, I think over the course of 24 hours, I made like 6 or 7 and I wasn't really trying. Luckily, I've been kind of busy with work the last week or so, so I have not been crocheting as much as I usually would be. So my hands are nice and ready to just make a bunch of them. Let's get started. We have our first batch of colors. This is currently only 8, but some of the ones I want to make are dual tones, so really just gonna use probably one of these yarns. The only one I'm slightly nervous for is gonna be the one using the retro stripes, just because this is not a very soft yarn. Unfortunately, I kind of hate the texture of almost all Red Heart. I think all of it's just scratchy and awful. So I think what I'm gonna do is make a full one with this and then see if I have enough to make a half retro stripe, half black maybe. I think that might look cute. But we have a bright red, black, retro stripes. We have a super wash, orange and gray tone one. And then we have a purple, a light blue, a dark blue, and then a blue and white combo. It's showing up a little more purple on camera, but it's more of like a sapphire-y blue tone, I want to say. And I think I have 2 balls of this in total. Kind of want to get rid of it. Alright, so I'm an hour in on the first one. I was going to do one of these entirely in the retro stripes. Does not work. Not enough rows / stitches to like really get the effect of the retro stripes. So I think instead I'm just gonna have 2 versions. One's gonna be the cool tones, so the blue, green, and the like greeny yellow and black, and then the other one's gonna be that pink, purpley, orangey half. And just have them as 2 separate versions. I think that's just gonna make more sense. Also, I didn't say this earlier, but part of the plan here is I'm going to make all of the flat panels. And then I plan on doing all of the seaming afterwards, just because the seaming only takes a few minutes. Same thing with weaving the ends. For each one, it only takes like 2-3 minutes, so I might as well just get through as many of the flat panels as possible, and then to give my hands a little bit of a break, weave in some ends, and then, you know, repeat the process a little bit if I need to. But yeah, so plan now is make 2 of the retro stripe in black. One is the blue tone, one is that pink tone pattern. ear warmers made and tied off, all the ends weaved in. And tomorrow I plan to get right back at it. This is probably my favorite one. Neither one of these colors were part of the original batch of the 8 I showed you, but I kind of like this one a lot. But yeah, so that is it for tonight, and we'll get started tomorrow. Alright, so it is just about 2:30. I don't have enough time to complete another one of the ear warmers, but I did it. I made 9 of them. I showed you the first 5, but I'll show them all again just so we can see them. So again, we have the red and white, the solid purple, bright red. I also have a darker red one as well. And then we have 2 of the half retro stripe, half black. I think I mentioned this already, but I plan on having these be 2 separate items instead of just being go get this one or this one. Or maybe I'll do them as like a mystery one. I don't know. And then we have a solid dark green one. Honestly, probably one of my favorites. The light blue. It looks a little more purpley on camera right now. I'll try to fix that if I can. But it's a little bit more of like a sky blue color. Ooh. We have another blue one, but it's blue and white speckle instead. And then finally, the first one that's 100% wool. I believe all the rest of them are acrylic. We have this one here. I believe this is using a discontinued yarn from K&C Yarns. It's their like superwash wool. I believe it's in Campfire or it's in like s'mores or something like that, but honestly I really like this one. I think it turned out great. Is all of them in all of their glory. So that is it for this week's video. Let me know if you guessed right. I guessed 9 and I was right. I'm very surprised. I could have made probably 1 or 2 more, but we ended up leaving and heading out to a local game store near us for all these Black Friday sales that are still going on. But yeah, so we made all 9 of them. Really exciting. I think I'm also going to do 2 separate listings. One's going to be all of the solid tones, even if they're like that blue speckle. I think that'll be in the solid tones one. And then I think I'm going to do a separate listing for all of the 2-tone ones, so like the red and white split one and those 2 retro stripe ones. I think it'll just make it a little bit easier in the like grand scheme of trying to figure out which listing is which. Or what goes on what listing and the colors and such. But yeah, so that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions below. Let me know if you want to know how to make this pattern. I'm working on a written pattern currently, and I'm considering doing a video pattern for it too, or a video tutorial. Let me know what you guys think below. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I'll see you next week. Bye!